Hello and welcome to my Ezana guide. In this guide, we're going to be going over the advanced techniques you can use with Azana. And actually, I've always rated her as like an A tier. She's actually probably S tier. After I show you all the stuff I'm about to show you, you will probably agree with me. But how I used to use her is just spam Rite of Lightning. But Rite of Thunderstorms has some gimmicks that make it extremely powerful and more consistent than you would think. So to start, let's go over the items. So if you just want her to be a single target damage shutdown that just spams Rite of Lightning all game, you're just going to want speed items, or maybe like a speed item and a magic damage increase, and that's it. Alternatively, if you want to be a Rite of Thunderstorm spammer, you want accuracy bracelets. Accuracy bracelets improve the accuracy of this ability by 10% per accuracy bracelet, which is crazy. So just by equipping 2 of these, Rite of Thunderstorms moves from having like a 30 to like 50% chance to hit most enemies to like a 50 to 70, making it extremely, like on average, more consistent to the point where it's viable and it's very good. So we'll do the accuracy build because Rite of Lightning spam is kind of obvious. He just keeps, hitting dudes and 60% paralyzing them. Also note that Rite of Lightning spreads on water and Rite of Thunderstorms does not. I did test this. It also doesn't state that it spreads on water. So, okay. So let's start out. Let's start the battle. Alright. So, Azana's best average use, if you're just using her without a lot of setup, if you're just using her in general to just shut things down, is usually just Rite of Lightning spam. For her average use. Now there's exceptions to this. On New Game Plus, once you get, or even endgame on a fresh save, once you get weapon skills, and you have Medina and Julio, and you have all these batteries, it becomes extremely viable to spam Rite of Thunderstorm, so you can totally get away with that. Alright, so Quahog actually allows you to spam Rite of Thunderstorms with an 100% accuracy. The only problem with Quahog doing this is you need some setup to do this. So if I just right out of the gate use stop time, which is what makes Rite of Thunderstorms 100% accurate, I need 5 TP and she needs 5 TP, or at least they both need he needs 5 and she needs 4, because then she'll regen 1 once it's her turn. So I'll try to show that
Face me if you dare.
Really quick. You'll be wondering why there's most of these units on the board aren't random. Alright, let's do this. So I guess twofold turn Medina. I have an idea. I've never done this before.
Let the show begin.
I want to see something. I've never double item spammed twice. I want to see what happens. Alright, actually we don't need to. We can just do this here. Alright, here's your TP.
I trust in you.
Great.
Whatever it takes.
Alright, so because we can act again, we can double items.
Here you go. Here you go. Much better.
And then we can act again. Fast acting medication.
Thank you.
Okay, so here's the Quahog setup. Stop time. Then you get to act again afterwards for some reason. I don't know why, but then you turn back time on Azana.
Let time flow in reverse.
Alright, it's just going to pass turns until you get to Azana. Now you can in-tandem her right away, but you don't need to. Because you can do it, you can do this.
My time is now.
Alright, so now when you go to cast Rite of Thunderstorms, you have 100% hit rate, which is ridiculous, so... because everything's frozen and it can't move.
Must put an end to this bloodshed.
So this is... some people know about this combo, this isn't the main reason. The main thing I'm going to go over.
Here goes.
Alright, and then if you want to have a guaranteed hit, because some of these might end. So for example, that guy's will end. You can just use in tandem. You could also just use time compression. It's hard to tell what it would have done, but it probably would have sped her up enough. Alright, so here's your 100% accuracy. So now you've just hit everything on the map with 100% accuracy. Some things get paralyzed, cool. Bah, the sound effects. Okay, so that's the Quahog thing. Great. Alright, now I just need to get to someone's turn so I can retreat. And then I'll drop Quahog, because that's all you need to see with Quahog, really. Honestly, I don't think the Quahog thing is really as good as the other thing I'm going to show you, because it's annoying to set up, and it just makes maps take longer, and it's not fun to do, because you just have to go through all these fucking turns. Like, it's just, like, irritating. So, I just wanted to show that, but now we're going to show a more practical situation where we're using this ability and not making ourselves go crazy by wasting our own time. Alright, so let's go. Let's get the hell out of here. Oops. Let's just retreat. Alright, so while this is loading, we'll go over the other points. Azana reduces enemy magic defense when she hits a foe. So this is with any ability or with any attack. So if she throws an AoE stone, it will also have this effect. So keep in mind that a basic melee attack, throwing AoE stones, her wind attack, you know, Rite of Tempest or whatever the hell, or I'm sorry, what is it, Rite of Wind? I don't even know the name of it. I never use it because it's just not good compared to the other stuff in her kit. Alright, let's just get rid of Quahog. Actually, we'll keep him. He'll just turn accelerate with speed. But she also debuffs luck. That's not as useful. It will slightly reduce the chance enemies have to randomly crit you, which will already be low, so it's not really the best thing. But if Rite of Thunderstorm hits everything, it will decrease its magic defense. So if you're running magic-heavy comps, this is really good. Alternatively, if she just throws a stone, it's also really good. Because everything hit by an AoE stone will have magic debuff.
My turn.
Okay. So why is Evlora here? I'll show you. So Evlora will actually be able to debuff enemies by hitting their evasion. Well, actually, hold on. Before I even go over that, let's finish going over some of these things. Because this isn't just about Rite of Thunderstorms. So let's just kind of get these guys to come over here. Just kind of chill out. Alright, so Rite of Rain will create random puddle patterns once per map. The random puddle pattern will not increase over time or increase when spamming it. So once you use Rite of Rain once, whatever the pattern is what the pattern is. If the pattern evaporates and you recast it, it'll just re-up that pattern. So that's really useful to know when using Ezana, because you might be tempted to think, oh, okay, if I just keep spamming rain, it'll just make more rain. That's not the case. You can, however, link the puddles together by melting ice. This can be useful when spamming Rite of Lightning, and also if you're going to be doing this, you should run Narv, because both of them have, you know, single target paralyzes with the AoE on water, so pretty good in some situations. It also boosts her base damage. Okay, so Milo, Stardust, Narv, Shock are great with Azana. As Paralyze prevents dodging, so any Paralyze, any stop time you can put on things will prevent them from dodging Rite of Thunderstorms. So it's just kind of like a secondary effect. Alright, let's use Heriter for fun.
Defeat is not an option.
For the greater good.
Okay, so Sleep also can cause Azana to be 100% accurate. So Rudolph, Anna, and Jens can all help Azana by putting enemies to sleep if she's going to be spamming Rite of Thunderstorms. So Sleep, Paralyze, Time Stop all change her accuracy on her Rite of Thunderstorms to 100%. So spamming these can be insane. One thing you can do with Anna, if she has 4 TP, if she can't slumber something, she has 2 chances to do it. Or in some cases, she can slumber 2 things if you get lucky enough. Most paralyzes are 60% or 30%. Most sleeps are 60%. So depends on what's going on. Accuracy bracelets, precise spice can be used to boost the natural accuracy as high as it can go. So precision spice increases accuracy by 5, comboed with accuracy bracelet / amulet on fresh save or 2 accuracy bracelets. This will drastically improve the hit rate of Rite of Thunderstorm to 50 to 70% on average. And it also has a 30% chance to paralyze. So this is a pretty insane ability. So check this out. You got your precise spice. So if we look at her accuracy, it's at 42 right now.
This one's for me.
Oh, she's on herself. This one's for me. Alright, let's use it. Here we go.
I shall use it well.
Now if you look at her, 47. and that does increase her accuracy.
Allow me.
Alright, so Archibald is here for a reason. So if we look at how accuracy and evasion works, most enemies with high evasion tend to be rogues or melee enemies, which will be near your team. So if you're going to be running Archibald, he can be extremely useful in that he can reduce evasion. This is, like, I was always wondering how this is useful. Like, obviously, increasing hit rates are good, but it will increase the hit rate of the big attack, right? Of Rite of Thunderstorms. So if you can have Avlora using No Escape and Archibald using Sticky Arrow on things, you can increase the hit rate to like 80% in some cases, or at least 70, which is pretty consistent. So check this out. 78% hit rate naturally versus 62. The difference is insane. The debuff, look at that, 51, 43. So like 43 evasion. So 78% versus 62. So if I go to cast this now, I have a drastically increased chance of hitting the one guy. And then Avlora can roll up. And she's a good unit to run in general. She's not like bad. And then she can run up, get back crits, no escape, reduce evasion.
I'll try my best.
So check this out. 45. It seems that Sticky Arrow is a little bit more potent, because these should have the same stats. This also reduces movement, which is nice. But you can... Sorry, so another thing to consider too, when you are setting up Azana, if you use a Swift Spice on her after she casts this, it will still increase the hit rate. If you debuff enemies before she casts this, it will increase the hit rate further. If you paralyze or sleep an enemy before she gets her spell off, all you're doing are increasing the odds of her spell hitting, right? So you can do all of these things afterwards. So the order isn't as important as it would seem. But getting her accuracy up and reducing enemy evasion drastically increases your hit rate, so pretty useful to know. Okay. So I did test this. Height does not increase the accuracy of Rite of Thunderstorms. So something to keep in mind. I'm just going to have him be a time compression bot. He's just going to time compress everything.
This helps. Thanks.
Faster. Okay, another thing you can do that's cool is you can use dis-evasion spice on enemies. This will also decrease their evasion, and I believe it reduces it by 5. So you have anyone on your team can put this on an enemy. You have the Avlora AoE attack, you have the Archibald Sticky Arrow. The big upside of Sticky Arrow is you can shoot it and then do whatever Archibald's going to do anyways. So he can hit with like Edged Arrow or Inescapable if he has enough TP. Then Avlora can deal damage while putting this, evasion debuff on things. So in this case, I'll have Piccoletta dis-evasion this guy. And she has item launcher, which is crazy. And then another thing I could do, if I wanted to, I can twofold turn Piccoletta. This is like pushing it to the extreme here. I'm gonna in-tandem her just because it's gonna be funny. We're just gonna try to get it as naturally accurate as possible. And you could do like your natural, AoE damage stuff. So she's like a mobile dis-evasion turret, so she's just gonna throw these. Alright, let's see. I don't think I can hit anything else from here, because I think that guy's too high up, so I guess we'll just kind of move here and just wait. Alright, I didn't really need to twofold turn her, I was just doing that as a meme. Okay, and let's say we want to just get on with it.
For the greater good.
I could have just had her use it right away. You don't have to fast acting. If it doesn't make sense to, like right in this case, turn number 8 enemy dies, turn number 9, he'll be one shot. Everything else gets hit. There's no real reason to do this, but you can just to speed it up. Alright, let's see how many things we hit. Alright, we hit a lot of things. We got some paralyzes off. Those can create opportunities to push. We did hit both of these. We did hit both of these. We hit this guy. So the disevasion helps. And then for mages, so we hit all of this. These dudes have worse evasion, mages and healers. So they tend to have high hit rates. So I'll actually demo that just to kind of show. Alright, Julio. He might as well Moment of Truth. You can, like, damage booster. You can damage booster, and it's pretty good. The other upside is, like, every enemy that's hit gets debuffed, so it's pretty huge. Alright, so Rite of Rain Puddles do reduce movement of enemies by 1. It also increases Rite of Lightning, Rite of Thunderstorms damage due to her lightning damage up during rain. This is great on defensive maps, and it's not so good if enemies have lightning mages, so something to keep in mind. Alright, let's just kind of shoot this guy for fun.
Slow.
My turn.
Alright, so you can kind of actively pursue things.
I'll cut you all down.
Rogues are going to be some of the worst things to hit with Rite of Thunderstorms naturally. For obvious reasons, they have really high evasion. So if we look at them, 62 evasion, so you're like hitting into that. Let's do you.
Let me help.
I shall make use of this.
We're going to battery Azana and use her ability again. So let's do that. And one thing we can do, it can be faster than what I showed. So like for example,
Here you go.
Where was I?
we can just do this. Oh shit, I meant to in tandem her. My bad. Fuck. Alright. We can still in tandem her. It's just going to be delayed slightly. Alright. Yeah, I meant to in tandem her. Or do I? Okay, I already used it, never mind. Alright, so twofold turn doesn't help for a double cast, something to note. We can Raging Beast her though. You just give her damage boost. It does help. I'll probably Battle Cry her.
Let the show begin. Very well.
Alright, let's check the hit rates. So 40% against Rogue, those are always going to be dodgy. 70% on this dude, 70% on that dude, 66%. The Rogue we already know. Let's check these guys back here. Game's kind of lagging, that's nice. 58% against the Blades, 84% against the Mages, 74% against that guy. So pretty huge, pretty useful. You can combine Ezana with Archibald, and he can like inescapable arrow, and you can really clean things up from far away. Alright, I think her thing might have ended too. Her accuracy increased, so we'll just hit her with one of those. And we can start reducing accuracy of enemies as well. Oh no, her accuracy's up, okay. So what we can do... So we can fast acting her if we want to. We don't have to though. So it can be good to, you know, use the unprecise. Oh, I'm sorry, unprecise price. Like, I want to call it unprecise, but it's like that's like accuracy. The disevasion spice. So we can use that on this guy for some effect. But honestly, in this situation, what I would do is probably just smack this guy with something. Let's see. Probably just not on my watch him. Because we want to kill things, right? And then I'll have Archibald use his de-evasion. If it makes sense to, I might just shoot him and try to get a swift end. Okay, Rite of Tempest can reduce enemy archer accuracy. This is really good, especially if there's a bunch of enemy archers. If you're going to do this, you're usually better off having Archibald instead of some of the other archers because his natural accuracy is very high. He also gets a damage boost during Tempests, so that can be pretty useful. Alright, we're not gonna play for too many more turns. Alright, so we get fast acting. It actually doesn't make sense to. Because we're about, like, Medina can do something else instead, so she could, like, battery or something. Because her turn's coming up, so there's no reason. Let's do this.
Here you go.
Planning on a long, long life.
Here you go.
Alright.
Looks like I'm
Alright, then Archibald. He can sticky arrow. So this is above 50%, so Swift End will not trigger.
spot, hey?
And then he can go back here. Edged arrow. In this case, it doesn't make sense to do that. He very likely will get hit by Rite of Thunderstorms.
There is no mercy on the battlefield.
Okay, so her stuff's good to go. We'll just pass.
So, it falls to me.
Kind of just make some ice tiles for them to deal with. Alright, here it goes.
The heavens shall fall.
Alright, let's see what we hit. Alright, that died. Okay, we got 2 paralyzes. That's sick. That's just 2 wasted turns. The other thing that this does too is it delays enemies. Like, paralyzing enemies staggers enemies. So we paralyzed this guy straight up, and then these 2 took damage. So paralyzing enemies removes them from a formation, right? So like when enemies are pushing you, if you just randomly paralyze 2 out of like even 6 enemies, instead of encountering 6 enemies, now you just have to deal with 4. So just the fact that this can paralyze at any range is insane. And if you can get Azana on high ground where enemies can't get to her, like for example up here, you can just leave her alone and just have her do this all game, especially with like a battery or 2. And then your other team can just, like the rest of your team can just do whatever. And you can just beat maps by doing this. Like, a lot of these enemies haven't even approached us yet, and they're already almost dead. So you can see the huge upside of this ability, and how she's basically S tier. Even without Quahog, like, freezing time. You can increase her accuracy with bracelets, with accuracy amulet, with accuracy spice, precise spice. And then you can reduce enemy evasion with Archibald. And Avlora, which increases accuracy. You can use Disevasion Spice. It's also possible to capitalize on the Paralyze if you're fast enough. So I'm going to try to do that. You usually will need in tandem though. So like if I inherit her...
Defeat is not an option.
Her own Paralyze that she inflicts on enemies, it lasts for 1 turn with this ability, right? And enemies that are paralyzed have no dodge rate. Let's see if we can compress her. No. Alright, we can't really compress her. I think we already used Battle Cry. So if you want to do like a back-to-back one, I'll actually try it. Here, let's do this. Let's retreat. We'll kind of wrap it up there. I want to show that. I might need to rearrange some speed. But I'm going to try to do like a double lightning thunderstorm like in a short time frame. Alright, so if I were to do this... Let's get rid of the units that don't matter, that we don't need for this. I just want to like demo how this would work. We'll run the evasion reducing units. These are really good because most of the things with high evasion tend to be melee units, so they do seriously help. Like even just Archibald and Azana are like really good together. Rite of Tempest, I would say is like, I mean you can use it, but I would say her best use is just like lightning or thunderstorm spam. And the Tempest can be okay. But the other thing to consider too is if you just paralyze enemies with Rite of Thunderstorms, you can push a position, or if you just nuke them with inescapable spam plus Rite of Thunderstorms. Alright. She is honestly really good. After seeing how high her accuracy can get with just basic items and buffs, 50 to 70% is not nothing. That's better at those are better odds than a coin flip. Like it's like average like 60. That's pretty good. A board hit of 60. That's pretty nuts.
Here goes.
All right, so what Quahog will do is just time compress. Already fast units. He's just gonna spam time compression.
I see a path to victory.
Okay, Benedict I think has to wait. Setting this up takes some time, because you want the accuracy increase, I would say. So you don't want to like Vanguard Scarf anyone necessarily. Alright, then the first thing Medina does is double items to get everyone up first. And we're going to save in tandem.
Here you
My
go.
utmost thanks.
I'll take it from here.
Alright, let's check everyone's stuff. Alright, and then Julio. He can just use Inheritor.
I trust in you.
Now then, to work.
I'll just make an ice wall for fun.
Let me cause some trouble.
He can get stabbed through it though, so it kind of doesn't help. Alright, so we will do Sticky Arrow. Hiya! Edged Arrow. Alright, so we're gonna get our first one off very easily. Alright, she needs to get hit with an accuracy item. So what I'm gonna do, it's very simple.
Face me if you dare.
Laura's gonna no escape these.
My sword would like a word.
Whatever it takes.
And Medina will double item. One of them will be the Precise Spice.
Here you go. Will not be taken for granted.
And then she'll use Battery. Just to hit Julio.
Thanks. Let us pry
Alright, and then
out
Benedict can now.
Preparation is key.
Those who oppose the heavens shall fall. Keep a clear
Alright, let's
mind.
see if we got any Paralyzes. We had quite a few misses, it looked like. Yeah, we didn't get any Paralyzes, so that's unfortunate. Let's just try to set it up again rapidly, though. So we'll time compression Benedict now.
I shall make use of this.
I'm just going to try to get as many off as I can.
Now then, to work.
Alright, so easy thing to do. In tandem. Oh, whoops. I just fucked that up. I can't in tandem her yet. I had to wait for Julio. Alright, so this does take some getting used to, but so Julio would have used Inheritor, then you in tandem, then you Battle Cry, then you cast it again, and then you have Medina hit her with fast acting, so that's my mistake. Alright, let's see if we can get a I wanna see if we can get this combo off because it's pretty crazy. I'm gonna turn off like the units that aren't helping because like I actually thought Corinton was Julio for a second because of the voices. They're kind of similar voices, so that kind of threw me off. All right, get out of here. We can run. I guess we can run Gila. I don't know if like speed increase. First, let me make sure. Oh, she doesn't have items. Here, have some items. Yeah, speed items drastically help. You would want to use them for this strategy. Medina should have speed items. Benedict has no items as well. All right, let's legit set this up. He should have 2 speed items. Everyone should have like speedy items. He doesn't need them because he's not part of the main combo. Julio. Let's get him some speed items. Alright, now everyone's very fast. Cool. Yeah, being really fast and getting double turns will allow you to easily get off multiple, like, battery, like, the Rite of Thunderstorm combos.
Let us pry out there.
Alright, so the first thing Benedict can do is give her the accuracy thing, because that was like one of the mistakes I would argue I made right out of the gate. So let's do that. Unless you're under time pressure,
Let us reverse
like there's enemies attacking you right away, you can set up crap like this pretty easily. So unless it's a map where there's a lot of time pressure, you're probably fine to do stuff like this. Alright, and then we double items.
go.
Remember this.
I must keep a clear mind.
Alright, we'll time compress Azana.
I can feel it.
The first turn usually doesn't get affected, but subsequent turns do. Alright, and then we'll give her a damage boost.
We can do
This
this.
will not be taken for granted.
This is kind of like the opposite of Death Ball, where you like turtle. This is more like hyper aggressive, like board nuke ball. So this is, maybe there's a video for just this. Alright, we'll hit him with sticky arrow. Hiya! An edge. Just seems like a pretty good combo.
Through that plane is dead.
Alright, and the first one will go off really fast.
The heavens judge you.
Alright, 78%, 62.
I must put an end to this bloodshed.
Alright, I think Benedict is our turn accelerator. And Avlora is gonna smack a dude.
While you have the chance.
Alright, that one. Yeah, she's gonna reduce his evasion. While also hitting him.
I'll cut you
For pretty good
off.
damage.
There is no mercy on the
Alright, so we use now.
We must stay vigilant.
Those who oppose the heavens
All
shall
right.
count on me.
Let's see if we got any paralyzes to capitalize. Alright, we got quite a few. So we have some paralyzes. Alright, so here's the big combo now. So I need to think about this because sometimes it's easy just to rush through things. Okay, so I do not fast acting because I cannot fast acting her. However, what I can do, double items. Oops. We battery everything.
Here you go.
Remember this.
Here you go.
Remember this.
Strike
Alright, and then
while the iron's
Julio. He could use finish them to conserve because she'll generate 1 TP.
Is it my turn?
And then let's see what time compression gets us. Okay, it doesn't help. However, if we look at turn order, we can re-hit these for 100%. And turn 6 will unparalyze, so we'll be able to guaranteed hit those shield guys. So what we can do is in tandem. I'll just time compress Benedict. It doesn't help,
I'll
but
make use of this.
Behold,
alright, then we
true power.
recast.
I must put an end to this bloodshed.
Alright, they'll have some turns. The one guy will unparalyze. But it's a mage, so like mages have low evasion anyway, so probably will hit him.
Face me if you dare.
One thing we can do for fun. Well, actually, that doesn't matter. I was gonna light wave and then no escape, but they're 100% accuracy anyways. She can kill a thing. Whatever.
If I must
Kill
destroy
this guy.
myself, so be it.
He could probably kill this. There's no reason not to in some of these situations. I mean, he might as well shoot this and maybe get a swift down.
I'll have a go.
Yeah. Because that's what you would do in a normal game. Then we can now her. So, yeah.
There is always a
Guaranteed hit on those shield guys because they're paralyzed. And then we can body block down here if we want.
Those who oppose the heavens shall fall. I'll do my utmost.
We re-upped the paralyzed too, it looks like. Or no, maybe not. Actually, I can't tell because they're already paralyzed, but we're getting some damage off and just hitting things. Like these are already almost dead and they haven't even approached us and they're just paralyzed, locked. This guy is able to dodge. Alright, then Medina. Double items. Battery.
Here you
That's
go.
much better.
Here you go. Keep going.
Strike while the iron's hot.
Julio, finish them.
I will do what I
I
can.
can feel it.
I can feel it. They're just
I
paralyzed.
must keep a clear mind.
Time compression. Man, that time compression is... Oh, she already has it. That's
I
why.
shall use it well.
It's like... I was about to say, it's not really helping. But it clearly is to some degree. Alright, and then Benedict can now... So that we're about to get another one off really fast. It's crazy. This is gonna be nuts, dude. Rude.
Face me if you dare.
One cool thing about no escape is you can hit from weird angles. Ah, that's too dodgy.
There is no mercy.
Alright, so we can now...
Preparation is key.
This is why you want the speed items, because you can do nonsense like this. Now we get another. We're gonna get another one off in like 5 seconds. It's crazy. She still has the accuracy increase, I believe. I'll double check it. It doesn't matter though. If we want to get it off, we have to use it. All right, she doesn't have the accuracy increase, but fast acting.
Thank you. Those who oppose the heavens shall fall.
We paralyze another thing. It's crazy.
Whatever it takes. I trust in you.
And start moving, I guess.
Looks like I'm up.
This is good just to help your other units out. Just to reduce
I'll try my
the
best.
evasion there. Alright, I'll just pass. I don't really want to do anything with Quahog right
I
now.
shall try my level best.
Might as well use one of these.
Let us reverse our fortunes.
My turn. This will hurt.
Alright, I think we still have Battle Cry. I could be wrong. But if we have Battle Cry, we can probably get another one off pretty fast. And you can always switch modes. Like, she doesn't have to only spam that ability. Do I have Battle Cry? I do. Okay, so we can, like, move here. We can fast acting. Then we'll Battle Cry on Azana's turn.
Behold true power.
It's only for 1 TP, so it kind of feels like a waste, but... If you ran Serenoa, that would be the difference. We'd get off another one. Just keep
They
spamming
must
this.
put an end to this bloodshed.
Oh no! We're running fewer units though, so that's whatever.
Time to take action.
Alright, Benedict. Alright, he's too far away. Oh, wait, I can inherit her from here. Yeah, check this out. Now he can use now. If you have Serenoa though, just under Conviction's banner really makes a difference for situations like this. Alright, we'll just time compress
That's a big
randomly.
help.
For fun. We'll get one more off, and that'll be the end of this one. I just wanted to show how crazy, like how consistently you can get these off. Obviously this map is insane, where you're under a lot of pressure pretty quickly. Now I could now here. You don't actually have to though. If it's coming up so soon in the turn order, you're probably usually better off doing something else. Honestly, like there's no real reason to use now. So what I could do is I could use a disevasion on like one of these.
I'm afraid this may hurt.
You will not get the best of me.
Alright, then she can do her thing.
Uninvited. This will
Get a
hurt.
back crit, reduce
I'll do my
evasion.
utmost.
Medina I could throw on a rogue. The items have 100% hit rate, so that's another useful thing. Alright, let's see what we get. Oh cool, more enemies spawned in.
Those who oppose the heavens shall fall.
I don't know, dude, it's pretty sick. People are dying because we're getting overrun. We're running half units, but got a paralyze. How many paralyzes did I get? This guy's almost dead, which is nice. So we just got one paralyzed. We hit a ton of things though. All right. So yeah, that's Azana. She's pretty good. The Paralyze spam, the Thunderstorm thing, it can be good with the right team comp. So I kind of wanted to show the units that excel with it. So you have, you know, Avlora and Archibald, I would say, are pretty good to run with her, just because they can also be dealing damage while reducing evasion and being relevant to the team. And Sticky Arrow is good for using on like rogues, because a lot of units have a hard time hitting them, especially with physical attacks. So Archibald is just generally good for increasing the accuracy of your team. And if you're on a map where you're defensive, you can have Azana and Corinton just AoE things and easily cheese maps. And you could do like a death ball where you have like Azana, Corinton, Flanagan, Medina, Serenoa, and you just spam Rite of Thunderstorms and Glacial Moon, and then Serenoa uses Under Conviction's banner, Medina double item spams, Flanagan maintains ramparts. Pretty much invincible. You hit really far out, you paralyze things, you stagger things, you have the ice. So pretty crazy, pretty insane build. Pretty good unit. Definitely better than I originally thought because of Rite of Thunderstorms. But yeah, that's it for this one. If you enjoyed this, definitely like the video and subscribe. I'm going to be finishing up the advanced guides. For Quahog's advanced guide, there's like a lot of things that are kind of annoying to cover. I kind of showed how stop time can be useful. So I'll probably just go over stop time and then a basic reverse space time thing. He also has some other gimmicks like switching enemy positions and stuff like that. But yeah, that's it for this one. Thanks for checking this out, and peace.